Hello, Westford. The Stony Brook School is getting a new name. There's been another tragic roadway death in town, and we update you on the latest developments regarding the Greater Lawrence gas explosions in mid-September. I'm Christina Liedberg, Assistant Director of the J.V. Fletcher Library and a guest host for this week's program. WestfordCAT News is next. Before we get started, I'd like to remind you to subscribe to our free daily newsletter with all the latest Westford news delivered to your inbox. Just visit WestfordCatNews.org and click on the red subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. Jim Antonelli, chairman of the town's naming committee, made a surprise announcement to the school committee on September 24th. The news quickly found its way to social media.
It was an opportunity for us to seize the day. Carpe diem. And Bill played an intricate part in being a tremendous leader for the Stony Brook School. So in your memorandum tonight that I share with you, it was a 5-0 vote, Bill, to unanimously support the Stony Brook School to be renamed the Everett V. Olson Middle School.
Thank you very much, Jim. Couldn't ask for a higher honor than that. It's been an absolute delight, and I'm not retiring just yet, but it's been a pleasure. And I always have mentioned to people it's been a privilege to work in Westford every single year. It's been the greatest community that anyone could hope to work in, and I just want to recognize my beautiful wife Sue and my daughter Kristen, my daughter Kirby, and my son Bill. Our daughter Kate is in New Jersey and couldn't make it. I knew I was in trouble when I saw you.
Antonelli is also principal of Westford Academy. The school committee will vote on the recommendation at its next meeting, and annual town meeting voters will be asked to approve it in March. To watch the entire school committee meeting, visit westfordcat.org. Now here's News Director Joyce Polino Crane with a highlight from the Selectmen's meeting.
Thanks, Christina. Selectmen voted 4-0 to reopen the special town meeting warrant on September 25th. The move will let voters decide whether to purchase 63 Main Street, a single-family home that was badly damaged by fire in 2016. The measure angered 2 Main Street homeowners. Dana Barisano of 62 Main Street said he would prefer to let the market decide what happens to the property. Barisano said the character of the center would change if the property were purchased by the town. Here he is explaining his position.
We're seeing a lot of zoning in the center of town that's getting changed drastically, and it's changing the look and the feel of the town. And look, I've been here for 20 years. I'm not saying I want to keep it the same, but I think the Westford residents in the master plan have dedicated what Westford Center should look like. I mean, we see the noise down on, Boston Road, right, in terms of what that banquet hall was. There's a lot of reluctance to put something in there in the drive-up part of the town that changes the look and feel.
Barisano's sentiments were echoed by Regina Conway of 66 Main Street.
Now you're talking about the Adams home, which is, it's dreadful what happened to Liz Adams. She did work with the center of town in a position in the town offices as a volunteer at some point. But she has left town, and now the property has come up for sale. We are concerned that there have been discussions about turning this property into a preschool, into parking for municipal purposes, because they want to connect the whole. What are you going to do? Connect the whole back from. I'm envisioning. You've got the fire station, the police station, the road and bush, the frost. You've got a commercial property next to my home that shouldn't be run as a commercial property, and nobody's questioned that, even though all the people came 20 years ago and questioned the use of the property to the right of me. That is an engineering company Nobody's questioned that. All right, I'm going to leave, but you are not addressing the center of town. And Andrea, I'm amazed because you were the one who was like, oh, we're going to open up the Tom Paul Trail and this, that, and the other thing. And now you seem to have lost all of your focus on maintaining the history. And it's true. Don't laugh at me.
I'm not laughing at you.
all
I
right.
happen to disagree with you, but I'm not laughing
Well,
at you.
we need to preserve the residential character of the center of town. The old home buildings. Oh, you're saying, all right. That tells me you disagree.
I
Well,
said that you and I respectfully disagree with
well,
you.
I
So-
don't respectfully disagree with you because things have not been done right here.
Selectmen's decision to reopen the warrant allows them to add another article. This one would let seniors volunteer their services to the town to reduce their property taxes. Special town meeting takes place on October 15th. The warrant originally closed on September 11th. Selectman Tom Clay was absent for the vote. Watch the entire Selectmen's meeting at WestfordCAT.org. Back to you, Christina.
The past weekend brought tragedy to Westford when 45-year-old Ulhas Kuva was hit and killed by a motor vehicle while jogging on Route 110 on the night of September 21st. The driver of the Toyota Highlander was not identified by District Attorney Marion Ryan. In a press release, Ryan said Kuva was pronounced dead on the scene and no charges have been filed. The accident took place in the area of Technology Park Drive. A GoFundMe campaign has been started with a goal of raising $300,000. Contributions can be made at the website below. So far, contributors have raised more than half. Also this weekend on September 22nd at around 1 a.m., police say a 33-year-old Westboro woman crashed her Toyota Corolla into the vacant building at 66 Boston Road, known as Drew Gardens. The driver showed signs of impairment, according to Westford Police Captain Ronald Polakis, and was charged with operating under the influence of drugs and possession of a Class B substance, among other things. She was transported to a hospital after being examined by a member of the Westford Fire Department. Both accidents are under investigation. And now for our feature of the week. Following the September 13th gas explosions that rocked Andover, North Andover, and Lawrence, Columbia Gas has deployed hundreds of street technicians from states across the country to help with the recovery effort. In fact, some of those technicians said they're staying at the Westford Regency. The Columbia Gas employees were handing out electric burners at Andover Town Hall on September 21st. Columbia Gas will replace 48 miles of cast iron pipeline with plastic pipes. The new infrastructure will have safety features, such as excess flow valves. 8,600 customers remain without gas for cooking and for heating their homes. Most of those customers are in Lawrence. At the height of the incident, 17,600 customers were shut off from the gas pipeline. This week, Columbia is distributing 24,000 space heaters to households that heat with gas. The company, owned by NiSource Inc., says gas will be restored in all households by November 19th. Meanwhile, in the Westford area, members of Steelworkers Local 12012 remain locked out of their jobs by National Grid after negotiations over benefits broke down in June. When asked if Columbia would hire the National Grid workers, a spokesman said Columbia has its own union workforce and has brought in crews and contractors from other states to complete the work. The September 13th incident took the life of an 18-year-old man who was crushed inside a car when a house exploded, sending a chimney flying at the vehicle. WestfordCAT will continue to follow this story. Using their coding skills to help others, students at CodeWiz in Westford demonstrated their projects on September 22nd at a reception for parents and siblings. Here's WestfordCAT Marketing Outreach Director Sarah Fletcher with more.
I was at CodeWiz for their first Codeathon event called Coding for a Cause. Kids each created their own project to help solve a real-world problem that they care about, such as anti-bullying, environmental cleanup, kitten rescue, and breast cancer awareness, just to name a few. They could decide to make a website, game, or an app, choosing a coding program from many options. Here's owner Ruth Ogbaji to introduce us to the event, followed by one of her students explaining their project.
Today we are celebrating our fabulous kids who have worked really, really hard using their coding skills for good. So a bunch of them, about 10 of them, have created different projects on different causes, and they're here to present, and everybody's getting to interact with their projects, and then at the end we'll have prizes, and it's just a fun day.
I learned how to do HTML coding and Python. And I also learned some CSS, and so I went onto a platform and I coded a website from nothing.
You can learn more by visiting their storefront at 9 Cornerstone Square or by visiting their website at thecodewiz.com. I'm Sarah Fletcher for WestfordCAT News.
Here's Bill Olson with news about the schools.
Hi, this is Superintendent of Schools Bill Olson with a school system update. It's hard to believe that we're approaching the end of the first month of school already. I'm filming this in the final week of September. We look forward to a wonderful fall season. Hopefully no snow too early. It seems as in the last 4 or 5 years that we've had some very deceptive snow and ice storms that have taken place in late October, early November, and we're hoping that that's not the case this year. Recently, the school committee endorsed my goals for the upcoming school year. I just want to review those with you again right now very briefly. So we're going to conduct some research and perhaps a survey. I'm not sure if we'll do the survey yet or not, on changing the school starting times for grades 6 through 12 next year. All of the sleep research has indicated for years that adolescents should begin their school day later to maximize learning potential. And also has been shown to decrease anxiety and depression in adolescents. We are also looking to collaborate with Neshoba Tech. The vocational schools have become the technology centers in public education in Massachusetts with a wonderful educational opportunity for students. And we're looking to partner in some way so that Westford Academy students might be able to take advantage and use some of the equipment and some of the life skills training that goes on at Neshoba Tech. We are also looking at right now off-site classroom opportunities for additional science classes for Westford Academy. It's a full house at WA right now with almost 1,750 students. And Dr. Clary, Mr. Antonelli, and 6 through 12 science coordinator Jenny Kravitz and I will be looking at some alternative sites that are close to Westford Academy that might be able to house a classroom or two, almost like a campus style. We may have students walk or we may have to transport them, but we're going to explore those possibilities. I'm going to be budgeting in our capital plan a card swipe entry system for our schools that will take place in the 2019-2020 school year. And we'll look to see if we might budget another school resource officer. So everything is in the mix in terms of school security, all designed to make safe, healthy environments for our students and our staff. This is Bill Olson. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.
Casper, a 42-year-old cockatoo, is available for adoption at the Lowell Humane Society. Here's production coordinator Patty Stalker with more.
Although the Lowell Humane Society found homes for all the pets looking to be adopted last month during their Clear the Shelter event, they are now at almost full capacity with almost 50 new cats, dogs, birds, ferrets, and furries in need of loving homes. One of the more unique animals available for adoption is this super friendly, incredibly intelligent, and playful 42-year-old, yes, 42-year-old cockatoo. Here's Marketing and Fundraising Manager Crystal Arnott with more on Casper.
Hi, this is Casper. Casper is a 42-year-old cockatoo, and he is here at the shelter because his family unfortunately could no longer care for him. Cockatoos, and birds in general, can live quite long lives, so it's really important when you get a bird that you understand the commitment that you are getting into. You also definitely want to make sure that you have the time to commit to an animal on a daily basis. Birds, often people think they can just be put in a cage and be looked at and they're they're just a pretty pet to have, but they're actually very intelligent and need a lot of socialization and playtime and one-on-one time with their family. Casper here is a very social bird. He really loves to be pet, and he also really enjoys dancing. It's really important, even if you're going to have time every day and spend with your bird, that you also provide a lot of different toys so that they can work their brains. Birds like this especially need foraging boxes. They like to search. Hey, you dancing for me? They like to search for their food, so a little box with some paper in it, shredded paper, and their food inside is a really good way for them to keep those instincts alive. Casper is an especially social cockatoo. He is very friendly. He loves to be pet. Each day when we come in, he just puts his head down and asks us for little rubs on his neck. And then he gets happy and dances. Even at 42, Casper could live, another decade or two. So it's really important that someone be committed to, the lifetime of the bird, or have a plan in place for where Casper would go if you were no longer available to take care of him anymore. Hi. Oh, you're full of it today. Gonna play again. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, there we go. Now you're good. You couldn't do it before because you were in the cage.
If you'd like to learn more about adopting Casper or any of the other pets looking for a new home, or if you'd like to make a donation, volunteer, foster a pet, or fill the shelter's wish list, visit LowellHumaneSociety.org. They're located at 951 Broadway Street in Lowell. Call 978-452-7781. You can also find them on Facebook. For Westford Cat, I'm Patty Stalker.
Fall is officially here, Westford. Let's see what weather.com is forecasting. Here's Westford Cat Marketing and Outreach Director Sarah Fletcher with suggestions for things to do in the area.
Thanks, Christina. The Merrimack Repertory Theater in Lowell is presenting Native Gardens by Karen Zacharias through October 7th. With biting humor, the play examines how cultural differences affect a relationship between a millennial Latinx couple new to the neighborhood and a baby boomer white couple next door. Ticket prices start at $24 each. To make a purchase, visit tickets.mrt.org. The J.V. Fletcher Library is presenting a panel discussion on Thursday, October 4th at 6 p.m. entitled Journalism and the First Amendment. A coalition of the region's leading advocates for the First Amendment, including prominent media and legal experts, will lead the presentation. Register for this free of charge event by visiting westfordlibrary.org. The Cameron Senior Center is holding its third annual sale of small household appliances, lamps, and linens from October 1st to the 5th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Hours extend to 8 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This year's sale features new and used appliances, cookware, kitchen gadgets, and household linens for bed, table, and bath. Trudy's Boutique, the Cameron's nonprofit thrift shop, will also be open concurrently. All proceeds benefit programs, activities, and outreach services of the Cameron Senior Center. For more information, call 978-692-5523. I'm Sarah Fletcher, Marketing Outreach Manager for Westford Cat. Back to you, Christina.
That's it for now, Westford. We leave you with images of the apple orchards at Drew Farm on Tadmuck Road.